Hello. So, I'm about to head off to a masquerade ball, which I've never been to, and I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm making sure everything's streaming properly. I'm muted. Um, but yeah, so anyway, I'm headed off to this masquerade ball. I'm pretty excited. And I think that it's going to be fun. And I just posted a picture that was essentially saying that I said, who are you going to be tonight, or something like that. And I posted this picture of myself with my crazy hair and my mask on, and I posted that to my coaching page. And I was thinking my first response to, who am I going to be tonight? I'm going to be me. And I just think it's so interesting how, like a masquerade ball almost gives us permission to be someone else or act differently or dress differently or play a different role or a different part. Whereas for some reason we don't have that freedom in everyday life. It's kind of a bummer, actually. I think about, I still do, but I was going to a lot of festivals for a while in California, and, I felt like I had the freedom there. And so tonight at this masquerade ball, I'm with a group of women who I'm not super close with any of them. I actually really only know one of them pretty kind of well. And I know they're all wearing like gowns to this event. Well, not all, but most people will be dressing up formal. And I decided, I kind of thought about it for a hot minute, and then I'm trying to save money and be smart. And so I was like, well, I don't want to do a Rent the Runway, which is what I did last year. Rent the Runway is super fun, like way to just wear a designer ball gown and feel like a princess for a night for pretty cheap, for like $40. If you want that link, I'll post it below. But I decided to not do that because that was going to be too pricey. And so I'm now in actually festival pants, which everyone here will think is like masquerade-y. Just because a lot of the girls that I know aren't really into the things that I do for fun, at least that I've met so far, which there's 10,000 women here. Clearly I've not met all of them. But I don't really get that vibe from their natural dress and things like that, that's what they're doing in their free time, is going to festivals. Not that I'm doing that a ton, but my point being that I'm going to wear these tonight, for example, which go on your arm and are super fun. I'll put one on so you can see. And I just feel like I'm stoked that I'm finding this happy balance, because the big part of me was like, it was so funny how I didn't, here, I'll show them to you first. They like go on your arm. They're super fun. They're just like, whoa. But there's that part of me that hadn't really considered not wearing a dress just because it's a masquerade ball. But luckily something checked myself, and I decided that I should just go fun and funky, which is more my style anyway, because I don't have a thigh gap, so I don't love wearing dresses. Was that TMI? Anyway, it is what it is. I love wearing dresses once in a while, but I'm not here to impress anyone. Not that I ever have been before, because again, it's 10,000 women, but maybe I have felt that. Maybe I have felt that, actually, like that little bit of want to impress, And maybe that's still part of it, because I'm still trying to be different, right? I actually almost, I have this mask, which is my very good friend Shannon, who I love to pieces, gave me this mask a couple of years ago, and I love it. And so I decided to wear this for the masquerade ball. A lot of people here bought masks here in New Orleans. And tonight I just went into one of those stores just to see, because I'd never been in a mask store. And they had really cool, like the one that I almost bought actually was a full-faced sugar skull. Beautiful colors, but like a black background, and it had like some sparkly bits, but it was like, I don't know, it was just kind of funky and cool, and I knew no one tonight would be wearing it. But I didn't want to spend another $15-20 on another item that I would wear once and put up on a wall or something. So I decided not to get it. But yeah, so I guess in a way that's still another way of kind of showing of like wanting to impress, but in a different way, right? Like, because instead of trying to go glam and wear this fantastic, fabulous dress, I'm going funky and weird, and I'll stand out because of that, and my dreads are going to be like this. I just decided to leave them like piled up there, which is way more convenient for me. And I will be the only woman there, I can guarantee this, and not wearing makeup. But that's another story for another day. So, yeah, I don't know what the point of this video is, but I guess I just wanted to share that. It's interesting how we have these events in our lives where we can kind of almost have the excuse or have the reason to get dressed up, to look different, to play a role. You know, I wonder if there's some appeal for that for like actors and actresses, like just that they have the ability to be someone different. They don't have to be, because in some ways I almost feel like I get stuck in, like I feel suffocated trying to play the role of the acceptable human, you know, the socialized human that's supposed to act a certain way and look a certain way and say certain things. And I could go in so many directions with that one thought, but that's another video. I don't want to make these long. So yeah, that's a whole nother interesting, I don't want to get into it. But anyway, I do feel like I get stuck, like thinking, and then though, when I act differently, quote unquote, whatever that means, then it's like, well, what is different? Because if this is different, well then isn't this just a different for a different reason? Does that make sense? Like, then it's like, oh, well, I'm like, just like I was saying, I'm trying to be like impressive, I guess. I'm not really trying to be impressive, that's not the right word, but you know, I'm trying to stand out, right? But in a different way. So what's the difference? There's no difference. I'm no different than any of these women, these 10,000 women. But I feel different. And so maybe that's like my ego trying to be like, oh, but you're different. Oh, but you're like better or worse, or whatever judgment my ego wants to put, you know, to like make me feel a certain way. I don't know. It's all crap, isn't it? I guess my point is I just need to have fun, live in the present, and not judge any other woman for anything ever, or human for that purpose. It sounds so easy when I just say it like that. But we're socialized beings, so it's not so easy. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go. Thanks for enjoying my crazy hair. Or not. Maybe you turned it off because of it. I kind of love it. This one's a little long. I might do something with that. I need to put, like... Do you know that in Pirates of the Caribbean, the pirate that had dreadlocks, at least in I think the first one, because I watched every single added bonus feature thing for the first Pirates of the Caribbean like 400,000 times. I could almost like quote the actors quoting themselves, like it was crazy. Anyway, but they put incense, they were fake dreads, but they put incense in the dreads and then lit them in order to get that like that smoky look on that guy that had dreads and check it out next time. You're gonna laugh knowing that that's an incense in his. That scares me. He had to breathe a lot of that in the whole thing. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, and be you tonight. You be you. I'll do me, you do you.